It's a fact. The best time to prepare for bad times is during good times. When you know a big storm is coming, you prepare in advance. Same goes for our future. Things seem calm right now, so it's the perfect time to prepare for the next big crisis or disaster. That's why you should stock up on emergency food from MyPatriotSupply.com. We're America's largest preparedness company, with millions of happy, well-prepared customers. Our food kits stay fresh for up to 25 years. They're an insurance policy you can eat. When you need it, it'll be there. Shop dozens of food storage kits now at MyPatriotSupply.com. Our kits give you an abundance of food, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. Every family member in America needs one of these kits. So go to MyPatriotSupply.com and grab a few. That's MyPatriotSupply.com. Do it before the peanut butter hits the fan again. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Ocala Business Leaders Incorporated is a group of independent local firms providing a wide range of quality goods and services. Each firm strives to maintain the highest level of professional integrity and 100% customer satisfaction. When you're looking for goods and services, call a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, and we are confident you will be pleased with the results. If you're interested in becoming a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, join us at the Ocala Municipal Golf Course, 3130 East Silver Springs Boulevard, any Wednesday at 6:30 a.m. and enjoy a breakfast on us. For more information, check OcalaBusinessLeaders.com.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Of all the questions you get asked every day, this is one you should not ignore. How much money in your 401k or IRA is actually yours? Not what its current value is, but how much of it will end up in your pockets, not the government's. Remember, you still might owe taxes on that money. Make sure you are not overpaying. Keep every dollar you are entitled to. Look, I know it's confusing, it's complicated, and it definitely is not fun. That's why at Pinnacle Retirement Advisors, we offer strategies to help make sure you're not paying more in taxes than your fair share. It's your money. You deserve to know what's at stake. Call our team at Pinnacle Retirement Advisors today to get started. 352-320-2060. That's 352-320-2060. Do not do the IRS any favors. 352-320-2060. Firm offers insurance services and may not give tax advice. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Hey there, I have a question for you. Is your roof asphalt and does it look like it needs replacement? Did you get quotes and were you in sticker shock? Would you like to save not hundreds, but thousands of dollars? Did you call RoofMax? Well, call RoofMax with their patent-pending technology, which can add years to your roof without needing to replace it. And it's easy. You just pick up the phone for a free quote. Plus, they use state-of-the-art satellite technology to measure your roof. So, if your roof is over 7 years old, then you should call RoofMax today at 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Visit the Appleton Museum of Art for a Dickens Christmas, the Urban Family Holiday Exhibition. On view through January 9th, this festive annual display features beautiful themed trees, the beloved Dickens Village, Santas and nutcrackers from around the world, and much more. On the second floor, see trees decorated by community partners. The Appleton is located on East Silver Springs Boulevard in Ocala. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
It's Monday. Not sure how you did it, but you actually survived an entire 2 days without hearing from Tom. Good job to you. And once again, good luck.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Monday, it is the first Monday of the new year, and I'll tell you, we're starting it off right. We will be the first Monday of the month, and possibly more. We'll talk with him after he's on the show today. Ocala Chief of Police Mike Balkin will be joining us the first Monday of every month at 9 a.m. He'll be here today, joining us in an ongoing effort to keep transparency at the police department. He's always been open and gracious with us anytime we've asked him to come on, and now it's going to become a regular thing. I look forward to talking with the chief of police, or, sometimes it might not be him. Sometimes he might send interesting officers in, or officers who are just been, promoted, awarded. You never know, but it's an ongoing open window to the Ocala Police Department, and that will begin today at 9 a.m. at 9:05 when we come back from break at the 9 o'clock top of the hour. Chief of Police Mike Balkin from the Ocala Police Department will be here to get the new year started off right. We talked about Brady having to sign the ball by Brendan Eccles, the rookie, but Brady was able to overcome that interception with 18 unanswered points in the second half, and won the football game. That sets them up pretty good. Playoff-wise, I think they're in either first or second place in for the playoff run right now. I'll look it up real quick. But they're going to do that run without one of their wide receivers. And this was a really strange incident that took place yesterday. Just strange. And the reason it was so strange was I don't think it had very much to do with football. I really don't think it had very much to do with football. I just don't. The Bucks, by the way, are in first place in the South at 12-4. They're tied with the LA Rams for second place. The Green Bay at 13-3 right now is in first place with home field advantage. There's still one game to play. But right now, you have Green Bay, the Rams, and then Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay, actually, because the Rams have the tiebreaker, the Rams are actually ahead of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay would be the third seed right now. And they're still be decided whether it's San Francisco or San Francisco, if they're going to be, or New Orleans gets the bid. Right now, San Francisco's in the driver's seat for the playoffs. The other 6 teams in the playoffs in the NFC, Green Bay, L.A., Tampa Bay, Dallas, Arizona, and Philadelphia. In the AFC, the picture in the AFC is Tennessee, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Buffalo, New England, with Indianapolis and the L.A. Chargers, both in the 2 wild card positions, although the Las Vegas Raiders are right there at 9-7, and they need one of those teams to lose and they get a win, and then they would come into the wild card game. So still a lot to be decided in the AFC. The NFC is pretty much decided. But the strange incident that I'm talking about that happened yesterday was halfway through the third quarter. You may have noticed or not have noticed, Antonio Brown, the wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, took his shoulder pads off, took his undershirt off, threw it up into the stands, threw his jersey up to the stands, and then went out as the game was being played. He did a kind of a jump, wave and everything in the end zone, and then he went to the locker room. Essentially, he quit. Now, I think that there's more to play here than just he quit. I think when you go look at the totality of it all over the career of Antonio Brown, there's something much larger at play here than just he quit on his football team. Now, he did quit on his football team yesterday. The Bucs, Bruce Arians in the interview after the in his press conference afterwards said he's no longer part of the Bucs. Antonio Brown is no longer part of the Bucs. Now, Antonio Brown does have a friend on the inside with the Bucs, and that's Tom Brady. Tom Brady really likes Antonio Brown, and that goes a long way. But when you leave in the middle of the third quarter and just walk out, especially on a team that is not winning at the time, and their receiving core is decimated through injury, so you're a main cog in the game plan, you're going to have the backlash that you got with people saying he quit and, you know, he should be never allowed to play in the NFL again. And Bruce Arians said he's no longer part of the Bucs, and, you know, everybody's good riddance, get rid of this crazy guy. And there's the rub. I firmly believe if you go back and look at the totality of his career, you go back and look at incidents off the field and on the field, you go back and look at situations in college and all, this is a guy whose brain is not working well. And I don't mean that in a derogatory term. I mean this is a guy who has mental health issues. And sometimes I think we forget that that's just as serious as a heart issue or a lung issue or diabetes or something like that. We just see this wide receiver quit on his team. His erratic behaviors, well documented. He's wherever he goes, he causes problems. You know, he's bad for the game. Just get rid of him. If that's the stance the NFL takes for this guy, do not be surprised if you hear in a year or so that this guy took his own life through suicide. I think there's some serious mental issues going on with this guy. Could it be from CTE? That, you know, nobody knows until after somebody dies that you got CTE. But remember, Junior Seau, who was a completely sane guy by all accounts, shot himself in the chest, and the last thing he said was, I'm doing this, I'm killing myself because I know that I'm violent, I know that something's wrong with me, and nobody seems to want to figure it out and want to fix it. The only way it's going to be fixed is if you study my brain. So he shot himself in the chest so not to hurt his brain when he committed suicide. Brain injury is a real thing in football. One of Ocala's own, one of its own sons, Scott Brantley, Gator great, Tampa Bay Buccaneer great, suffers from issues caused by repeated concussions during his playing career. It's not conjecture, that's fact. When you see, and see, I've been around mental illness all my life because my mother was a paranoid schizophrenic, diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic. What he did yesterday, and the way he went out and everything with no concern or no lack of understanding, or it looked like no understanding of what the seriousness is of what he was doing. And I know some people say, well, that's because he's cocky and he thinks I'm Antonio Brown. They can't get rid of me. I don't think that's what it was, folks. I think the man's mentally ill. I think you saw a breakdown yesterday. And by the way, not a psychotic break or anything, just a breakdown. People with mental illnesses have breakdowns all the time. Look, I take mental health medicine right now because if I didn't, I'd be bouncing off the walls. I have a chemical imbalance. I've had it since I was a little kid. And without medication, I would be almost unbearable. I was so angry and so aggressive as a kid because of my mental situations that football was my outlet. Because instead of beating up my little sister, beating up kids in the neighborhood, or throwing things at people, throwing things at my teachers and everything, I found an outlet for my anger and aggression. It was called the football field. You're able to mask a lot of things if you have an outlet. If you have a steam release valve. Football was my steam release valve. I'm sure Antonio Brown, his steam release valve is football as well. But even it can get too much with people that have real mental illness. And by the way, that's not something in a tough guy sport you want to admit to. Because of the cloud of soft that is put on you if you say, I'm mentally got a mental issue. People go, oh, mental issue, soft. Here you go, something's wrong with that kid. Something's wrong, Not anything different than if you had a, insulin pump that you had to have on a regular basis. Or you had to take medication for anxiety. Not anxiety, but medication for a heart murmur or something. If you had asthma, you got to have your inhaler. You still play football with an asthma. You just have to be careful. There's still heart conditions you can play football in. You just got to monitor it. But mental illness gets thought of as he's not tough. He can't cut it in the NFL. I think that's what we witnessed yesterday, was a man that has mental incapabilities, a man who has a sickness. And we're so quick to brush him to the side and say, he's terrible. He quit on his team. He's not a team player. Just look at how bad a guy he is, blah, 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 blah. Every time you go back and look at the history of all his blow-ups and all, they look like mental breaks. I don't know if that's what happened or not. That's just what it looked like to me yesterday. We'll take a break. We'll be back. We'll wrap up hour number 1. Coming up at hour number 2, Chief Police Mike Balkin. He joins us right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck. Dad's service to our country is something we're so proud